Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alert.
Ivanka just did something incredible for every single flood victim. Libs have sickening response. Every time we start to think the American left can't go any lower, they amaze us by going that extra mile and outdoing themselves. This time the leftists were out in full force from their mama's basements and actually attacked first daughter Ivanka Trump for tweeting out a prayer for all those affected by Hurricane Harvey in Texas. Yes, in a tragic time like this the left wants nothing to do with unity, and they will never let a tragedy such as this go to waste by not taking the time to attack President Donald Trump, his family, or us, his supporters. We know the drill. ABC News reports. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has activated the entire Texas National Guard, he said today, in response to the epic and catastrophic flooding left behind in the southeast part of the state from Hurricane Harvey. The total number of guardsmen available to the state is roughly 12,000, and all of them will be used in support of recovery efforts in southeast Texas, according to Abbott. Houston, the country's fourth largest city, has been inundated with flooding as a result of Harvey, which made landfall late Friday as a Category 4 hurricane and lingered as a tropical storm over the weekend. The National Weather Service deemed the flooding, which caused at least 3 fatalities, forced evacuations and wiped out homes, epic and catastrophic. Abbott told ABC News Good Morning America on Monday that he expects the aftermath of Harvey to be horrific, leaving a mess that will take years to rebuild. ABC News meteorologists anticipate that more rain will fall this week, potentially worsening the already dangerous situation. As of mid-Monday, ABC News meteorologists said radar shows heavy rain bands moving across southern Louisiana with areas of heavy rain remaining near Houston. A tornado watch is in effect this afternoon from east of Houston to New Orleans. ABC News meteorologists say about 20 to 40 inches of rain has already fallen in the Houston area. As of mid-Monday, the highest rain was 39.72 inches near Dayton, Texas. Rainfall totals could reach 50 inches by the end of the week. Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner said Monday that rescues were officials' #1 priority. As of mid-Monday, Harris County Sheriff's deputies have conducted more than 2,000 high-water rescues. The city's police chief, Art Acevedo, said 2,000 residents of Houston have been rescued so far and that 185 critical rescue requests were still pending as of Monday morning. Acevedo said on GMA Today that those in distress should exercise patience as they wait for help. Just hunker down, hold tight, we hear you, we feel you. Believe me, Acevedo told GMA. But when you think about just the numbers that we've been dealing with, we have to do it safely. We want to make sure that when we get you out safely and we don't hurt you or you get hurt during the rescue operation. Captain Kevin Addit of the Coast Guard, which has performed 1,500 rescues by air and water, said, "Our crews have been operating non-stop. This is an all-hands-on-deck event bringing crews from all over the nation to help with our response," Addit said. Besides the professionals, amateur rescuers have snatched up people from submerged streets and flooded homes, using motorboats, kayaks and canoes. Abe Miner, a UPS worker, told GMA that he used his nephew's boat to help rescue some of his wife's friends on Sunday. After he went to get them, he realized that other people needed assistance and got to work helping others. People were screaming out, "Help, help, help," and "We'll come back for you. We'll come back for you," Miner said. 1 turned to 2, 2 turned to 3, 3 turns to 4, next thing you know there's 20 different people you've rescued, along with their animals. About 50 to 75 people appear to be sheltering inside one Houston church, ABC Houston station KTRK-TV reported, including one evacuee who escaped from her flooded home with her paralyzed brother broke into the church Friday, KTRK-TV reported. Evacuees told KTRK they tried to call a number listed on the church's sign but they have not been able to reach those who run the church. "We weren't trying to break or steal, nothing like that. We were just trying to get shelter," one woman said, according to KTRK. Floods pressure Houston area dams. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers said it began to release water from the Attucks and Barker dams early Monday morning to prevent uncontrollable flooding of the Houston metropolitan area as water levels continued to rise rapidly beneath torrential rains being released by the tropical storm. Engineers were forced to start the process earlier than previously announced because water levels in the reservoirs had increased dramatically in the last few hours, officials said early Monday, adding that the release would likely cause additional street flooding that could potentially spill into homes. If we don't begin releasing now, the volume of uncontrolled water around the dams will be higher and have a greater impact on the surrounding communities, Colonel Lars Zetterstrom, Galveston District Commander, said in a statement Monday. Meanwhile, officials in Fort Bend County, located about 45 minutes southwest of Houston, issued mandatory evacuation orders for residents near the Brazos River levee districts as the river reached major flood stages late Sunday. County Judge Robert Herbert, the county's top elected official, said at a news conference that the National Weather Service predicted that Brazos waters could rise to 59 feet, 3 feet above 2016 records and what Herbert called an 800-year flood level, according to the Associated Press. 8 long dark years of the Barack Hussein Obama presidency really did us in. The charlatan never wasted an opportunity to fan the flames of racism and anarchism. We went from a society in which most us and generations and yours never knew racism to having a nation where we are facing violent racial protests almost on a daily basis. But those protests aren't about race. They are about ideology. The Antifa thugs are far beyond being racist or claiming to combat racism. Just ask yourselves, if you want to fight racism, then why hide your identity behind a mask? The answer is simple: because they are actually a George Soros-paid army created to cause a civil war in this great nation of ours. The evil mastermind that is Soros thinks his army of basement-dwelling thugs can spark enough hate to bring us all to war. Maybe they can, but just think about it. Patriotic Americans are the ones who are armed, so is the police and military, and as we all know, these three groups are the ones who stand with our president, Donald J. Trump. Let's pray it never comes to this, but if the day comes that we do have to protect our great nation from the threat of Soros and his army of thugs, we will answer the call. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.